Is behind door number 10 on the Jon Coupland Cars Countdown to Christmas Spectacular. I hope you're enjoying this little mini-series so far with archive footage and chat about cars that have come and gone. Number 12 shocked a few people. Number 11, it came and went. But what is behind door number 10? Let's find out. I bet you didn't see that coming, did you? Behind door number 10. It is a Jag, or Jag, however you want to say it. It's actually a Jaguar S-Type, 2001 plate, pre-facelift. I think they did a facelift in 2002 and again in 2004. In my opinion, the best version of the Jaguar S-Type and a good year to buy. It is the 3.1 litre petrol V6 edition, finished in this beautiful, I don't know, British racing green metallic dual green. And oh, you can see the inspector there. This might even be the first appearance of the inspector on the channel when I bought this car and made this video. Anyway, how did it happen? I saw it for sale on Car and Classic one evening. I was driving around in an L-Reg Proton in beige, which may or may not feature on this list at some point, and I saw it for sale and it was quite local, about 30 miles away from home, and went to look at it that night. And the story behind it was it belonged to the chap's neighbour who had sadly passed away, and I think he'd bought it from the family. Decided that he wanted to try and run it, and the upkeep costs were far too much for him and his family. It'd been off the road for a couple of months and needed a few bits doing, and he was keen to make sure it went to a good home. He'd got it advertised for £1,200, and I went to have a look round it on the night, as I say, and it needed a little bit of TLC. There was some lacquer peel by one of the door frames on the driver's side. I think that's probably where the chap had been getting in and out. It needed some interior trim, and it needed a new battery and a few bits of paint here and there. I think there was a knock in the back bumper as well. Call a spade a spade. I had a good chat with the chap, told him who I was, what I wanted to do with it, and I think I bought it for £800. Picked it up the next day and drove it home. There was a little bit of an issue when running. Oh, there's that knock in the back bumper. Look, you can see it there. In the under load at low speed, there was a bit of a misfire, which did and didn't put me off. But at that point, I was driving it home. So I had to not panic and hope for the best. I think it needed a good clear out. And actually, once you got down the road and once you got up to speed and it warmed up, it did clear that fault. Could have been an injector, could have been something else, a fueling issue. Thankfully, it didn't play up for long. So what did I do with the car then? Well, I got it home, I cleaned it, and in a minute we'll have a look in the interior. The interior, by the way, is finished in oatmeal, and it had all, there's that lacquer peel that you can see just on that back rear quarter. But it didn't detract too much from the car. So what did I do with it? Well, I ran it for a couple of months. I fetched and carried Mrs. Jon Coupland in it. I took it to work a few times. But ultimately realised that the same for me. The upkeep costs and the driving and the taxing and the fueling of it is what was going to cost me money. To put it into perspective, I took some friends, Mrs. Jon Coupland and a few friends, to Alton Towers for a day in the car. Filled it up. I think it cost me £119 to fill up, and I was empty by the time I got home. So it cost me over £100 in fuel to get to Alton Towers and back of a day, and that's only, you know, a 2.5 hour journey there and 2.5 hours back. And to put that into perspective, before that I was driving my 1.6 litre Audi A4 B5, and I could get to Alton Towers and back in less than half a tank of petrol. So it was very thirsty. And look at that beautiful interior, a very, very good spec in here. And you can see that someone had cut out the cup holder They'd actually had previously like a Jaguar pocket watch in there, which was interesting. There was a bit of wear to that centre bolster. I did manage to find one of those flip-top covers, and it was quite expensive. It was a few pounds, maybe 30 or 40 pounds. The sat-navy thing, by the way, didn't work. So when I bought it, it had about 98,000 miles on the clock, lots of service history, a little bit of damp around the sunroof and on the A-pillar trims, as you can see. But overall, interior was good condition, and it drove well apart from that little bit of a lag, a little bit of a misfire under load, sometimes between 1 and 2. So 98,000 miles bought the car on, and you can see that from MOT history, if you look at the MOT history, it had some work done before I bought it, and the MOT history was mainly things like anti-roll bar links and number plates and lights, etc. But everything seemed to go well. But I had decided, after the fact that it was going to cost me hundreds of pounds to upkeep, that the best thing to do was to try and sell it and get a little bit of money back on it. I advertised it for sale for £1,200 back on Facebook Marketplace and on Car and Classic, and a chap locally to me decided that he wanted it. He was a Jaguar enthusiast. He actually was based near RAF Coningsby, where the Lancaster and the Spitfires are, if you know your Lincolnshire, and he'd got an S-Type, similar sort of era, so he knew the cars inside and out. He took it for a spin. I explained the situation with the misfire under load, or the lag under load, and he didn't seem bothered by that, and he paid me the asking price, full £1,200. I did fit a new battery, that cost me £100, and did a little bit of work to it, which cost me 50 or 60 quid, and I obviously included that piece of trim as well. Looking at the history of the car then, well, he used it. He used the car, he put 3,000 miles on it, and then it ran out of MOT in August 2023 at 101,390 miles and hasn't been MOT'd since. You don't see these anymore. They are fast disappearing off our roads, but it's one I don't miss. It's one I'm glad I didn't catch a cold on, and I can say I've scratched that itch. I've owned a Jaguar. Sadly, never again, because I don't think I can afford to run one. What do you reckon? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Plenty more cars coming on the Jon Coupland Cars Countdown to Christmas. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up please. If you haven't already done so, comment down below. What did you reckon? Was it one that I was right to get shot of, or should I have kept it? And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Till next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching. See ya. As ever, thank you for watching this video. Dad and I have selected a couple more videos for you that we think that you might like. They're here now. Just give them a click to watch them. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. It means a lot to us. Thank you.